Alrighty, hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. Dirigo207 with you guys, coming at you today with Let's Build the Carrabassett Valley Railroad. I think we're in episode number 64? 60-something? I mean, it's something along those lines. Yeah, let me just check the screen. Yep, number 64. Alright, cool. So yeah, it's been 64 episodes of this. And, this didn't save here. Nor did the parking lot there, or over here. Very strange that didn't save. Yeah, so, but anyways, so I have the Carrabassett Valley right now. I'm working on it today. I've been working on it for a little while. I had about 8 or 9 different versions of the Carrabassett installed, all relatively close to each other. Was building on the wrong version, and then I got confused about which version I was on. Deleted it, thinking it was the old version, went to the version I thought I was working on, and here we are. Attempted to go back into the recovery files and find it. Yeah, so a lot of it is just tree placement, filling in the blank areas, placing houses, so I'm just going to quickly get that done, then by the end of this week just upload it for Mal to work on so we can just keep it moving. So basically get done whatever I can. It's been slow progress. I'm not going to sit here and say, oh, I did all this work. No, it was a lot of just trying to really figure out what buildings are left in the town that we're missing and then determine where's the best detail that we can put forth. Was getting up some signs. Not great looking. I want to go back and get them redone, so those are going to be redone here on a later date. But the town itself is looking pretty good at Kingfield. It's getting there. Of course, we have some areas to fill in. Like, I kind of want to fill in this area with trees and texture work today. Kind of make that the first priority area. Start really kind of getting the town filled in with trees. It's relatively close to 2 sections of track. You know, we have track over here and you have the spur over here, so I'd like there to be some decent-ish detail through here. Kind of make some focal points to kind of come along in town and go, okay, I see what's going on here. But other than that, I don't want to go too crazy, because then again, we're not, you know, there is some distance between the tracks. I have to realize, you know, the likelihood of someone going through here is probably decent. I imagine someone that's going to come through here and be like, oh, wow, what's going on here in this town? What's up here? But I don't imagine someone's going to go, oh, well, you didn't have, you know, scuff marks on the curb from tires hitting it. That was pretty upsetting. No. So I will show you what we've been up to since the last stream, which was 8 months ago. So I'll just kind of take you through really quickly. So this is mostly the southern end of what's going to be given to you guys. A quarry was added. And at first I was kind of apprehensive. Like, I was like, I'm not really sure how I feel about this. I kind of don't want it here. But after a while, I was just kind of like, oh, you know what? I like this. I like this a lot. It's actually a really nice scene, in my opinion, just because you have the Farmington secondary coming in on this side, and then you have the Bigelow subdivision coming down. So it makes for a nice viewpoint between the two. If there's ever a train waiting on the secondary while a train's coming down the Bigelow, it just kind of makes for a nice area to fill between these two subs. And I mean, it would make sense for the area. There's a lot of quarries and stuff like that along the way, so it's nice to see that. Not too much has really changed on the Kingfield Industrial back here, although Poland Spring has kind of mostly been fleshed out. The actual building itself, we're mostly just bringing in boxcars now. I think it's really all we bring into there. But the town of Kingfield itself has pretty much remained the same. I didn't lose a ton of work, but kind of upset. But, you know, that's just my mind getting lost in the fact of, you know, hey, what version am I working on? You know, what version am I working on, and having a bunch of different files and then going, oh, well, this number's bigger than this one, so I'm going to have to talk to the guys about a new numbering system on my end. But I should be able to crank out a few things to get it back up to where I would be happy to send it off to Mal and be like, all right, here it is, you know, this is what we can go off of. Hopefully we can build upon it, or, you know, if you have something you want to work on, or whoever's working on it next for that matter. I'd really like to start coming through here and kind of extending this area out, but the big thing that I need to kind of figure out what to do is here. And this could be another area that we could work on today, because I've been really, I don't know, I've been struggling with this area and trying to get it flushed in. I was building this little new residential neighborhood that's up here on this hill, and I could probably easily flush that back in. It was a lot of just placing buildings going, okay, this is the look I want. There wasn't too many buildings here, and the other part I'm struggling with also is the airport. Like, I don't really have a lot of structures. Like, I spent probably about 3 to 3 hours trying to find structures that would fit here. I never really found anything I did like, so I might have to settle, because I'm just not quite getting what I thought we had, but yeah, it's just a downside of, you know, I thought we had assets that would fit the theme, but it just didn't. But taking you northward through the Bigelow. Not a lot of work's going on over here. These areas remain mostly unchanged. A lot of the areas remain unchanged until we start getting closer to Flagstaff. Once we get up there, things will be a little different and such. Of course, there's the loaf. That one's gonna be really interesting to work on, the actual ski resort, because it is one of the bigger focal points of the area. As you can see, maybe to me it seems like more trees have been filled in, especially as we start to kind of get closer to town here. You start to see a lot more trees popping up. Also kind of cool, you can see the power lines going up the hill there, or at least the path cut for them. Something I always notice when I'm flying around in airplanes and such is those large paths cut out for the power lines, the right-of-ways. So this is the Stratton branch, as the game struggles to load just a little bit on my end. So not much has changed on its alignment since the last time you saw it. Oh yeah, getting some good lag through here. But it's slowly coming along. Something else needs to get done is the actual village of Stratton. Have the lumber facility over here. I think this is what oh, I forget what this lumber facility is called, what the actual name of it is. Then we have Dead River Oil back here, and then we'll run around, and then the branch just kind of ends. I don't really think it would go on any further. I don't think we can really go on. Now we could. There was more lake to go, but there really wouldn't be much else out here except maybe logging, but this area is part of the Bigelow Preserve, so I wouldn't imagine there's much logging going on out here. It's very nice. Just wish maybe we had a few more mountains, kind of could bring it down. Kind of sucks how some of these mountains just end abruptly. You don't get the full, but it's a very gorgeous area out here. And the big rework that I don't think you guys have seen since be kind of pushing into Flagstaff Yard. Of course, we have the ever lovely station over here. Love this station. It's awesome. Awesome. Love it. Lag on my end. Computer's not enjoying trying to load everything in for the first time today, and also streaming. The Flagstaff Yard has changed. I don't think you guys have seen it since. It's kept a lot of the same layout, but the yard itself just looks different. leave Mao out of this. I like the old turntable. We push on past Flagstaff, heading northward still. As the game continues to lag, dag, and drag. It's getting better. Oh, but it'll get much worse. Coming through the actual area of Eustis. That was the North Branch Dead River, I suppose that was. Love these areas so much. This area just south of Chain of Ponds. North of Eustis, south of Chain of Ponds. I don't think this area actually has a name. I believe it might be Aldestream Township, I'm not sure. Not entirely positive, but now we're starting to get into Chain of Ponds itself. Getting close. The town has changed a little bit. Ethan did some work up there. I mean, Ethan's done a lot of work up there. Ethan's done some phenomenal work. And I think I am safe to say that you guys will enjoy his work once the route is finally released. You know, we got two very, very, very talented route builders on this project, Mal and Ethan. Both bring some incredible work to the team. And then there's me. Just kind of... I'm here. But we'll fly across the bridge real quick while everything's attempting to load. Apologies for the stutters. Oh yeah, it is stuttering on that end. Let me give it a second so the computer can catch up. Oh yeah, it's stuttering on the stream, so I'm gonna give it a second. And we'll wait and see what it feels like. But Paper Mill itself is a beautiful area. It's an awesome industry to work. Yeah, it's not loving that. Let me see what I can do real quick to maybe fix that. Ooh, I did something there. Alright, we'll get back to it. Kind of move away. It's, like I said, it's getting stuttery, and I can see it on the other end, so we'll won't keep it too long. But the town itself is still relatively the same. The Mafka area did change. Ethan kind of... Okay, there it is. It's much better. Not as stuttery. Perfect. Okay. The Mafka area changed. He combined... I gotta get rid of that barrier. That's painful. Oof. I got something for that. That's hard to look at. So he took out the... what is that? Arnold Lumber? Yeah, it's Arnold Lumber. And he combined at least the area for Arnold Lumber and the Mafka over here. So it's... I guess more of a team track, I guess. But the actual area for that's just over here. It just allows, I guess his thinking was, when he put something back here. Okay. I mean, I kind of wanted the woods over here, but that's fine. Might place a few more trees to kind of block it out. Yeah, so he took out the switch here for Arnold Lumber, and then he put this storefront. I don't know if that would actually be Arnold Lumber over here. But point being is, so we don't have the weird switch that kind of comes off the tracks back in here now and such. So, nice dilapidated parking lot, beautiful. But the town itself, just very, very, very nice. I will be putting a gas station back in here of some kind, because otherwise there is no gas beyond here. The closest gas station would be Eustace, maybe? But the line itself hasn't changed too much. Gotta be careful flying around. Gonna watch the stream, make sure it doesn't get too stuttery. I think there is some discussion and talk of reworking this long bridge, not here. Actually, I think it was there. Nope, it's over here. Yeah, this long bridge here. Oh, which they already did, perfect. So yeah, Ethan reworked this long bridge through here. It used to be just one straight long bridge. Rerouted the river a little bit. It's a civil engineering project that we probably would have conducted back in the day. But I think it worked out well. So instead of one massive long bridge, we have 3 separate bridges that span the access roads, as well as the, I forget what river this is. I don't actually know what river this is, but of course we have our railroad name on the bridge facing the road. It's very, very nice. Little things like that Ethan does so well with. But he also put an industry out here along the logging facility up here on the... oh, excuse me. He put this... I forget exactly what it is. It's some sort of chemical facility way up out here, because it's apparently very... very bad if it decides to blow up and all that crap's going to be in your town. But he put this, I think it's nitric acid, something along those lines. He put like a facility for it up here. Just gives something extra to do up on the turn way out here in the middle of nowhere. But it seems likely an area that this would have ended up in, just because there's nothing around here. Of course, we have the logging area. That kind of ends right up here. And then, of course, the line ends itself, the old right-of-way. Our right-of-way comes around this hill, which is basically Woburn. Or, I'm sorry, Coburn Gore. We cross the Gore. Cross the border itself. Then move on into St. Augustine to Woburn. Which, this area came out really, really well. I love all the logs sitting there, and this massive lumber facility, this huge lumber facility. I do have to see. Mal and Ethan have this ongoing feud with this this track here. As named by as named promptly by the Switch. I guess Ethan did not remove it, but he placed logs on the spur. I love it. I love it. I love the little feud. I don't think anything back here has changed, but this is a lot of fun because of the big grade coming up into town while street running. It's awesome. But the tracks head out of town along this farming area. Just kind of north side of St. Augustine to Woburn. And as we approach the actual lake of Loch Magantic, kind of in the marshlands on the south side of the lake itself. Frontenac holdout, the siding up here. It's the last major siding before we hit Mechanic Yard. Nothing too major up here has changed. I think some scenery might be added. I'm not sure. Would love to do it before and after. Kind of cool. Get like a panorama. Come on the tunnel under town, or under the road there, and we start to approach the candy factory up here, which was expanded a little bit. Now have a proper shipping area back here. And And then, of course, we have the split. Right side goes to CP. Left side stays on course for the yard. And then we approach Mechanic Yard, which Ethan was reworking a little bit. I think this actual, like, he added these tracks or something. I forget exactly what he did. He did take out our engine facility shed and gave us more of what's like this. So we actually have like a little service canopy, more or less. Anything major would be going south here. And then, of course, we push on out of the yard. We're on CP trackage now. And then we have the town of Lochmagantic over here, which has started to get kind of filled in right now. Of course, we have the what's representing the old depot building. That kind of sits right here. This is one of the only real remnants of the old town, is this depot. It would sit right here along the tracks, so very interesting. But the town is coming along. It's just a lot of, and like this, absolutely fine with. It's just, you can see houses and you go, oh look, the town. More than fine, because, oh, Lochmagannic's gonna be a pain in the neck to build. And I think some buildings over here in Ditchfield. Yeah, Ditchfield's kind of started to get added for the CP trackage. That'll be interesting to work with later down the line. But for the most part, that's really the line in a nutshell. And you can see, kind of zooming out, you know, the width of this area has been filled in with trees. That's an important step, and that's good to start seeing as we push further in this project. As I'm looking at my stream, and it's lagging the hell out. So, but let's focus on Kingfield for right now, and we'll kind of determine where we go from there. I want to finish this parking lot again, because I had it down, or at least finished up, and I had it all marked out with, you know, lines and other crap. What happened to it, I'm not entirely sure, but alas, another hiccup in my, you know, everything. Oh, but of course we have to wait for trains to pre-cache, because what wouldn't be a good day in trains if the game wasn't pre-caching? So we're gonna give it like 5 minutes so it can actually pre-cache and like figure its life out real quick, because, you know, nothing really screams I'm having a great day than trains deciding to pre-cache for 3.5 years. So yeah, this parking lot ultimately became wider. Oop, not what I wanted. So it doesn't need to be a huge parking lot. It does need to be able to fit the need, though. So kind of what I'm envisioning for this parking lot is a kind of mutual, it's more or less the area's park and ride. It's also an area that it's just public parking. It's an area you can come and park into and kind of go exploring from here. You know, I'm mad. Not really any sidewalks that lead into town, and it is kind of a little outside of town. But there is this dirt road here. And that kind of leads along to these farm fields. But I imagine there would be something around here. Maybe it'd be worth adding like a little path off of here, a footbridge over. Hiking opportunities, who knows? There could be some. There will be, I'm putting like more or less tour bus parking in here, I guess you could call it. Alright, and you know, people will come here to just kind of start their adventures in the area, more or less. So I do have to use a Crown Victoria for measuring, because, you know, I have to make sure. Oh, Crown Victoria parking. Okay. You know, I did enjoy driving my Ford Crown Victoria. So the issue is we have this kind of wasted space here, which I guess we could just kind of curb out. And transition maybe into just grass or dirt. So we're going to add the curb. We're going to curb stomp it. Actually, what we use is we have a sidewalk here. I feel like it actually might be worth having the sidewalk come down. Just for people to kind of access and walk along, I suppose. This was a little different the last time I did it, but it was on my mind, maybe I could have done this better. You know, you do something and then you look at it and either you got it right the first time or you look at it and go, you know, maybe I wasn't correct. Which for me to say, you know, that does pop up quite often. Oh yeah, that carpal tunnel feels awesome right now. I'm feeling fantastic, really. Having a grand old time over here. My thumb is just absolutely screaming. Oh, only 2.5 weeks until I go to the doctor. Yay. So I guess we'll add some grass and such, or even see if we can add grass. Ooh, we can sneak some grass in here, which works. And I can hide the rest maybe with some trees. Or shrubbery. That works well. Perfect. I was worried what angle of the grid we were on. I'm not too worried about bleed over. You know, it doesn't really bother me a whole hell of a lot. Because I was just getting it to give you the general idea and hopefully kind of blending it in with trees or blocking it with some sort of shrubbery will come in handy. And, like, nothing's perfect. And nothing's gonna be perfect. Like, yeah, we've been working on this a long time. And, like, we're gonna try to give you the absolute best we can. Because I think after waiting this long, and especially our beta team that has been very much neglected, I think I should probably upload this version to them once I am done with it. So I guess if you're on the beta team and you're watching this, probably expect this by the beginning of March. You know, a new version for you guys to play with, so you have something updated to use. This time, at least, the packs will be a little better. Hopefully, I'm going to try to limit how many assets are going into a single dependency file, so that way you guys aren't, you know, having to mess just so often for depths and such. So we are in a little bit of an angle. I need to extend this out just a little bit further so cars can actually turn. And then over here I will add the curb. No, I didn't want to connect to that. Let me figure out how I'm doing this real quick. Because this is just turning into a bit of a shit fest. Hold on. Oh, someone's laughing in my ear. It sounded like a girl. Insert obligatory Jaden talking about his girlfriend, ex-girlfriend joke here. Whoa! 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 Wow. Okay. Huh. Dang, that's, yeah. Is this 5-meter grid by chance? No, I don't want to do that. Oh, it is. That's upsetting. Yeah, that's hard to look at. That's painful. I'm gonna kind of do a little something. That's I don't think I made that any better. I really didn't. Okay. All right, let's talk about it. Let's do a little bit of this. Can I? Oh no. Okay. Oh no. Oh, yeah. Stop laughing at me. Yeah, I'm gonna make a lot of noises, and I'm gonna figure this out. Oh yeah, that's a big difference right there. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna do this. Gonna kind of come along, and we're gonna talk about this a little further. And then I'm gonna schmood it out back there. Oh. Okay. So let's schmood. Oh yeah, there's the sidewalk. Okay. Can we make you smaller? We can make you smaller. Perfect. Okay. Alrighty. So there's that. Sheesh. So it ain't perfect. But you know what? Hey, life sucks, I guess. And you know, this is basically a metaphor. Yeah, I got nothing. I was trying to go somewhere with that, and you know, I had to take a knee, really. I had to just kind of take a knee and sit down and kind of think about where life was rolling me at that point. Kind of stick with that. I need to find a good dirt texture real quick. Stick in with what's in the area, as you know, I don't want to combine like 30,000 different dirt textures at this point. Okay. So that works out well. I'm gonna grab that dirt once again, and I'm gonna kind of sploach it over here. Oh, that scaling's a little up there. We're gonna turn that scaling down. Yeah, I don't like the scaling being up super high, especially for things like this. But this works. This works. I'm gonna put a little more dirt here. Okay. And I'm gonna kind of do a little splosh. There we go. Much better. So let's see. So there's not a ton of parking, and that's kind of what I wanted. I didn't want like this huge, massive facility. You know, I think for the area, this would be just perfect for all the purposes that are going on here. There is, in theory, a regional bus network. I'm assuming this bus network would would connect you to areas like Farmington. You know, for people who don't want to take the train, or maybe don't really need to take the train for any particular reason, maybe the schedule doesn't work. But there is a small bus network that I assume would kind of roam around here, a regional transit. Because also there are things in Farmington that, you know, that is beneficial to this area, particularly medical centers, shopping areas. So, like, not only would the train be a good way to get around, but, you know, there's only so many trains that operate. So the bus is a different solution, maybe a little bit of a cheaper alternative that works hand in hand. I believe there is a actual like bus network up here of some kind. Of course, it's like those mini buses and stuff like that. If I recall correctly, I don't think there's like actual like large full-size buses that drive up here. And if there are, I'd be actually quite shocked. But there's at least like mini buses that drive around up here and bring people through areas, or some sort of regional transit for elderly folk or whatever. So there's definitely something up here, but not in the idea of I would be assuming that there's like actual buses. Plus, you know, with Sugarloaf up the way, I imagine there would be some sort of bus or transportation to get to and from here to there, up to Sugarloaf. Sneak that right there. I don't want to put it too close because I came to a call this week of a woman at a Taggett. She had needed her tire changed because she had hit a car while parking and punctured her tire in her big truck. Yup. That is one of the calls I came to this week. I was quite thrilled. Although she had a lab. She had a yellow lab with her. I did not get the lab's name, which I think is devastating, because that was a very, very happy doggo. But I did not get the dog's name. It's kind of worse than not getting a girl's name nowadays, honestly, because the dog was much happier to see me. I mean, the woman was also very happy to see me too, because, you know, I'm fixing her car so she can go home. That dog was great. I liked that dog. Like, this woman punctured her tire again. Long as the dog is there, I would absolutely change her tire. And actually, in all reality, that wasn't a bad tire change. It's on a pickup truck, so a little difficult to get that tire on. It was on a 2018 F-150. Tire was a little rusty, but it not around the mount points. But it definitely... I would trust that tire enough to get this woman home. I would trust that tire enough, or the wheel basically, with the rust. I would trust it enough to get her to somewhere to get the tire replaced. I would not trust enough to drive on it for an extended period of time. Actually, I'm going to drag these over like one more. Stomach that. I'll do kind of the same thing right here. Just kind of want to utilize the space. Ooh, not at all what I wanted. I feel like Approach Medium would be very proud of me for this parking lot. There. I don't really know what you do with this area right here. I feel like some sort of like information center should go here. I feel like that would be a good thing to put here, especially right at the transit area. It's like a small information center. A very modest building, not very large. You know, I would not expect it to be very big at all. So kind of need to find something that fits that. I am curious. Oh, shut the hell up. I am curious to see if I have anything, or if there's anything on the download station. Information center. There's this. That's not what I'm looking for. That's not what I'm looking for. That building fits, but nope. Now let's see. Yeah, that's kind of how I thought that would go. All right, let's see. Kevin. It's a nice little cabin. Crap. I'm trying to think of like a small building that would work. Let me see. I need something. I'm trying to think. Oh, stop yawning. I'm trying to think in all my time route building. I don't think I've ever plopped down a building that would serve that particular purpose. Trying to think homes or like buildings that would fit that size. And see, this is where I stagnate a lot, is like I have ideas, I just don't often know what I'm looking for, and then I get stuck, and then, you know, there's your information center. I mean, honestly, a building about this size is too big. Like, if it was just one floor, it'd be perfect. Winehouse. Oh yeah, there's Amy Winehouse. They tried to send her to the Carrabassett, and she said no, no, no. Just trying to think if Joe has anything. Yes, there's our information center. Too big. Erg. just thinking off the top of my head. Actually, wait a second. I wonder. Maybe a depot of some kind would work. Like an old railroad building or structure would work here. It's a freight depot. I mean, this technically would work. Unfortunately, we've already used it. And this would have to be on this side. I'd want to turn it around. If, like, this was the building without this, I'd love it. Who made this, though? Cockton Depot? I wonder if he has any other buildings that would work. Let me look him up real quick. Because if he does... Cockton Depot. That comes from G. Fisher. Let me check G. Fisher real quick. Oddly enough, a name I've heard quite through. Jesus. Boston, Maine. Train order board. Bender Station. That's a nice little building. I'm going to download that. Lehigh, New England Railroad. Yep. I know this is y'all's favorite, you know, time is when I'm searching for stuff. I do appreciate you putting up with me for a moment. Yeah, unfortunately, that's all I get. So let me see. Freelance Cargo Depot. Ooh. No, I only want one. That's, I mean, it's a little new. And if it didn't have this loading dock, I'd love it a lot more. Like, the front's not terrible. It's a little new. But it could work. Too big. Just wait a second. Just gonna come down the list real quick. Something's gonna pop out. No. Haverstraw. Oh, well, that's nice. It's a freight depot, though, so I don't know if that'd really work. We can come back to that. We'll keep that one in mind. Of course, you have the stereotypical JR generic depots that they've had on here for about, 30,000 years. I just love how small it is. That's awesome. I mean, it's just a yard, or just a small office building. This could, in theory, work. Doesn't really match, though, but could write in some lore. This was an older structure for something. Crew office or some sort of office of some kind. That was the original, or not the original station. The original station burnt down, per se. And if we put this here, we could extend the sidewalk out, drag more parking, which I think would be worth my time. And then I can write Kingfield. There we go. Well, that's awesome. Look at that. Look at how adorable that is. How can you sit here and tell me this isn't adorable? You can't. There's just no possible way. No one can tell me this isn't adorable. You know what isn't adorable, though? Taxes. You know what I need to do still? Taxes. Actually, because I have been waiting to get my W-2. So for anyone who knows the lore behind my taxes, I just received my W-2 for AAA, and I now need to go dig out my W-2 for First Protection from last year. And this year, I could actually do my taxes. So that way, if they ever come after me being like, why didn't you do your taxes from X year, X year, X year, X year, X year, and X year, I could be like, you know, unsure, but I did my taxes this year, and they go, you know what, you right, big dog, and I'd be like, yeah. And they just, you know, we'd high five, we go out get a burger with me and the IRS guy, and, you know, we call it an afternoon. I actually wonder, is there a bigger spline of this? Oh, there is. Ah, gorgeous. Except for that. I mean, I could do 30 feet, but then it would be a little... we'll just do 30 feet. Just don't worry about it. Just don't look at it funny. I mean, I know this is a little out of the way, but I'm also going to play with the terrain here for a minute. You know, because people coming out of the station, in order to get to the information center, you have to come all the way over here. But, I mean, I don't know. I think it makes sense. They're just utilizing the stuff that they had. Information. Let me see, which one do I feel like? Nah, I think Kingfield. There we go. Alright, so then we'll extend this parking out as well. And then I'll kind of take care of this really weird area. One thing I also was kind of curious about the area is, you know, should there be like a hotel? Not anything huge, just a small hotel of some kind, because there are bed and breakfasts in the area, I do believe there's a bed and breakfast. There's one right here. There's one right there. I think there's one more. I thought it was a farm. This is actually a bed and breakfast. So there's at least 3 here, but there's no hotel. Like a small Motel 6 or something, or like a motel would probably be what's over here. I might utilize this space here and create just a motel. I feel like I don't know if it would make sense, particularly for the region. But given, you know, there would be a lot of tourism in the summertime coming up here for, apparently river floats are really big up in this area. Because I keep getting ads for just floats. You get in the tube and float down the Carrabassett. You start up in Carrabassett, and then you just kind of float along until you reach Kingfield. And to me, that sounds delightful. Of course, there's hiking, there's kayaking, there's, you know, all sorts of different activities, mountain biking that you can do up here for the adventurous. So I imagine, again, and the gateway to the Dead River. I'm sure there would be some sort of whitewater rafting adventures that would come out of here. Plus, Appalachian Trail, not too far away. Not too far away. So I could see this area being a little bit of a hub of some kind for people coming and going from the region, given that it's here. Kingfield essentially is the last big stop in the region before you hit Eustis. Eustis is quite a bit of ways away, but Eustis still much smaller in comparison to Kingfield. So with that being said, you know, I kind of wonder, you know, should there be a hotel of some kind? I also probably should get my bus to measure. Let me see, Flixbus. For whatever needs to go on over here. That's plenty big. So, put a few spots in. And then, of course, there's this area that I need to figure out. I'll probably cut it back some and maybe have it just curve back this way, since there's way too much space here, and I don't want this area to be much bigger than it is. I'm not liking how it's progressively getting narrower, so I'm also going to move these back some now that I'm seeing what's happening here. So we're going to kind of truck these. We're going to start over here. Maybe have those touching. Start wrapping this up soon here in this area and moving on to detailing in the other areas. Not quite my one industry a month standards that I build, but you know, it does work. I think that works a little better. So we'll throw this in here. think that reduces our footprint drastically. What we actually need and what we will actually use. So I'll throw a curb in over here as well. Alright, maybe grab a little bit of dirt, throw that around, just to make it look a little... whatever. Might throw that up in here just a little bit too, just because it's a... kind of right here will work. And right around the end here, because this dirt road's going to come along. Just think about maybe where they plow and stuff like that. We'll throw a curb in right there. Signifying the end of the road or the end of the pavement. It's not a great fit, but it works. Just helps differentiate the border. I appreciate this. This is a wonderful asset. Wow, my brother. Jesus. Let me see. So, got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I might go with a 6th bus stand, and then weird empty area. Planters. I'm not really sure what would go there. Yeah, not entirely sure what will go here. Or like what would make the most sense, because like, you know, obviously you want to have room for people to come out and stage, so I don't want to, because I mean, not everyone waiting for the train, someone to pick them up, the bus can also wait for the bus here, so maybe another small building of some kind for people to wait for their bus. Similarly sized to that, maybe? I mean, that's not a big building at all. But like a shelter, more or less. Just a thought. I mean, I'm just trying to use my brain logically here and think about what would go here. Inevitably, I'll... oh, shit, what the... okay. Alright. So let me see. What am I going to do here? It's more or less wrapping the facility up. I want to give everyone the ability to make nice wide turns getting out of here. I think pushing this to here would be a-okay. curve's nice. I just gotta wrap it up here. Yeah, I mean, Yeah, there'll be a small building here to wait for the bus. So, what fits? I'm supposing another depot. Actually, let me see. Didn't JR have some, like, skinnable offices? Because I was part of the, club car at one point. Yeah, it doesn't really work, what I'm thinking. Go with depot again. We'll see what we pull up. Ooh, what were you? Brick. It kind of matches. Hold on. Come over here. You're a tree. Wait, Toby, you're a cat. There we go. Roof doesn't match. The bricks match. The roof is what's killing me. I don't like the roof. But it works. Well, we'll put it down for a second. And leave it as a placeholder for the moment. Alright, so do we have anything else? So we have Wallace Depot, which I think we were using somewhere at some point. Actually, this was the old Kingfield station. Huh, funny enough. Yeah, this was the old Kingfield station. I don't know why I got replaced with that. I liked this building a lot. I don't know if that's another G. Fisher one. Actually, I can tell you right now. Yes, it is. Yep, this was a G. Fisher asset. Very nice. I loved this. I love this depot still. Attach P. No, it's not gonna fit. Standard depot type B4. Oh, it's just this with a green roof. If the textures were just a little better, I would use that here just as the station. But unfortunately, the textures are a little subpar. And that's kind of also half the problem too, is just finding something that works just with the textures that aren't outdated. But I suppose there does come a time where you kind of do have to settle. Alright, so yeah, we're getting back up here to the other standard depots once again. Yeah, I'm not seeing anything that particularly sticks out to me. So I guess this for now unless somebody else finds something. I don't like how the roofs don't match. Again, there can be reasons for that. Built different time, they just use a different roof. I don't know, but that's kind of gonna be about as good as it gets for now. Oh. So a trick I have to that, also where it's kind of bleeding through, is dropping it down 0.01. Just something so minuscule that, yeah, you can tell it's a little bit lower, but not by a whole lot. That trick's always kind of worked well for me anyways, so something I always just kind of keep in my back pocket, just because I get annoyed with the textures bleeding through, blipping like that. Crap, this is gonna have to be a oh shit. While we're sitting here just kind of doing our own thing, I hope you all had a happy February vacation to those who are still in school watching this. I kind of forgot what that was up until, I think it was like middle of this week at work. I'm like, why is it so quiet at work? And one of my coworkers goes, it's February break. I'm like, what? He goes, February break. I'm like, oh yeah, that exists. I forgot about that. And then it hit me. Oh. I forgot about February vacation. February vacation, honestly, at one point, kind of used to be my favorite vacation. Like, Christmas break was kind of cool, but I don't know, I always felt like it went by too quick. Like, I swear when I was a kid, it was longer. But February break, I don't know, I always liked February break. Oh yeah, this is not going well. Try that a little further. Erg. I always liked February break because, like, there was something about it, like, once February break ended, spring wasn't usually too far around the corner. Like, just spring, the literal season itself. Like, actually, I think spring for us is tomorrow? Allegedly, someone said spring's coming up, and I honestly think they were lying, but, although I know it's supposed to feel like spring this week, which is going to be really nice at work. We're supposed to, like, break a record tomorrow, or, like, near record highs. But, like, you know, once February break hit, I was like, all right, we're on the downturn. Like, we're finishing up. Winter's starting to come to a close, and, you know, pretty soon it's going to be spring, which means, you know, we're one more season closer to summer, which means school's going to be over with for the season. You know, be on my long vacation. It was just something always nice about this time of year with February break, just because of that reason. Like, I took great joy in this time of year with February break, and it was, like I said, it's just very strange because, in my opinion, February vacation's also just a very weird vacation. It's like, we're not really celebrating anything, we're just on break. We're just on break for no particular reason whatsoever. Like, we're just here. Huh, this area actually kind of turned out kind of nice. For the most part. And of course I could use some lights and stuff. And, excuse me. other details along the way. And you know what? I think we're going to detail it up. I think I'm going to detail it real quick. Do some basic details. Did I delete a tree? I deleted something. I don't know what I deleted, though. What are you? Oh, yeah. It's an SAP sign, but you get it facing away from the sun, and the sign's just black. Like I said, February break, it was just very strange because there was nothing really going on that we were celebrating. It was just there. You're just on break. And that's that. Yeah, there was nothing really major happening. So it was just kind of, I don't know, to me it was always just strange. But it was like about the time February break hit, it was, you know, we were all kind of struggling because we're in that push after, you know, the holidays and stuff, and you know, some of us were either floundering, excuse me, or we're doing okay. We're holding our own. But for the most part, it, you know, like February break, just it always came at that right time where that burnout was setting in. You're like, thank you. Because once Thanksgiving break hits, like you're just burned out from the monotonous day to day. Then you kind of get back into it. You don't really get into a good rhythm. Nothing's really going on because Christmas break's coming up. So it's like, okay, you know, we're not really doing anything important here, so let's just get ready for Christmas break. You hit Christmas break, and it's like, oh, thank God, and everything's happening, but then it goes by too quick because it's a busy time of year. Let's hold on a sec here. I'm trying to think. Wish the arrow was yellow, but we'll take a white road marking. You know, so once Christmas break was over, it was like it went by too quick, and you know, in a lot of cases, you're burned out from the holidays. And so it's like, ugh, great. You know, so then once February break hits, it's like, okay, you know, this is just a time where you can just breathe for a minute. You know, you just take a quick breather and go, okay, you know. Some people travel, though, because, like, a lot of people I've been talking to this week at work, you know, are coming back from vacations and stuff like that. I'm like, why? Like, oh, it's February break. I'm like, yeah, but, like, I don't know, I don't recall my family, like, we never went. I mean, not that we had money to, you know, expendable income and anyhow, but, like, we never really went anywhere. And again, that's fine. I didn't really want to. But still, it's just, to me, it's odd. It's like, people travel for February break. I don't know, to me it just seems strange. So I'm gonna make this work. I guess we could just use a regular one. just going to do a thick white line. Move you back some. And we'll place some stop signs. So hopefully with it being angled enough, people will get the memo, but I imagine someone's still not going to quite understand that that's, you know, someone entering here is going to see that stop sign pointing this way and still stop. Because people are dumb. There. I probably could have dragged this over one more, but I also feel like I don't want that. I feel like we're just going to go ahead and do something along the lines like this. Oh, and it's my cat. Where'd he go? Oh, it's his face. He has a nice face. I pet it. Budget. I got your butt. Oh. He's a good boy. No. Get here. Come here. I was saying get here? Yes, I was. Oh. Yes, now you're a lap cat, sir. Congratulations. Oh, you hate this. I understand. Alright, go ahead. Go frolic and play. Make good decisions. Don't dominate the world. Let me see. We'll delete that. I've done this before. It takes a little finesse. Of course, the two arrows are a little out of texture. There we go. I will put up a TBS do not enter sign. Hoping people will kind of get the memo. Do need to put down some handicap parking spots. So, handicap. Oh yeah, that's bright as hell. See, I like that, but I think I might need to get something to drink here in a minute, because my voice is kind of not doing the do correctly. Alright, so what we're going to do is this. This will be... put you here. Block each space in between it. Oh, calm your teeth, sir. And this one, PD parking. Toby, you keep meowing a lot, sir. Yes, you do. You know when you were sleeping and didn't make a sound because you've been making sounds all day, especially when my brother went and picked up the Chinese food and came home with it? Yeah, you made a lot of sounds. Maybe you should make less sounds. You've been very soundful all day. Maybe 2 spots for the van accessible, and then just normal handicap signs for 1, 2, and 3. Of course, no one would follow this, but the general idea is, you know, if you needed like a wheelchair lift of some kind, you would park in either of these 2 spots, and there'll be hash markings in between. Whereas if you just are like my uncle and have one because you... I don't actually know why he has one. I know my cousin Erica can technically qualify one because she is technically by law, legally disabled. Now some of you are sitting there going, or probably none of you, probably like a whole maybe 2 of you are going, you know, wait a second, Jaden. You're making wheelchair accessible parking, but how are people with wheelchairs going to enter this facility? Because there's no real ramp. They can't just hop the curb. Well, if you get enough speed, you can hop anything. it's just gonna hurt. But there's this. I did it over here. Now, granted, it doesn't make a whole lot of sense because I didn't do it over here, which I could do in theory real quick. I probably should while I'm thinking of it. Now, what we'll do is over here, quick. Maybe actually on the corner right here should probably be the better of the locations. Oh, okay. There. Now it's all accessible. Got a ramp over here, a ramp here, and a ramp here. Not really any ramps over here, but there's a thought that counts. Who's going adventuring on a tour bus anyways? So I guess the only other thing that I need to do at this point is add some hash markings. look good from down there, but did not look good from up here. Much better. And I'll do this one real quick. There. Oh, the things I do. Alright. It was this one that works. Yes. There. It's a BVR Railroad Police car. Get this Crown Vic out of here. I think this facility turned out pretty well. I'm actually pretty happy with that. Something, something, something. Take that, depression. Let me know if you understood that reference. Now, probably fill this in with trees, extend that dirt road up, but I've been going for how long? Let me see now. Hour and 43. I would say a little shorter just because we did the route tour. That finished up. About an hour and 15 ago. So for an hour's worth of work, this went pretty well. I mean, granted, it was mostly done, so we didn't do a whole lot here. But granted, gonna have to place some trees in here, just some decorative trees around the property. Let me see right quick. Let me see. Motel. Do we have any nice motel assets? Because I've been thinking a little bit on it. And, like, I don't know, it just, no. Sure. No. No, I'm good there. Huh. The Iron Horse. kind of like it. I wish the sign was a separate asset, because I would like to move this sign over here, or maybe not have a sign. But this is a nice little asset. I like the asset, the sign's bothering me though. Let me see. That is painful. Did the Motel Iron Horse? I gotta see that real quick. Motel Iron Horse. It's diecast galore. All names I've heard of before. That kind of rhymes. Let me check him out real quick. Maybe he does have a version. Let me see. Diecast galore. So it's Motel. Let me just scroll way the hell down. No-tell motel. Motel all night long. Unfortunately, no, I'm stuck with that Iron Horse. Damn. I really like this model. The sign. I can angle it like this and whatnot. I just kind of wanted it to face more the road. Because otherwise I'd want to face it like this, but then the sign doesn't make sense. I guess you can still see the sign, it just, I don't know, it doesn't really make a whole lot of sense in my eyes. I think we might be giving up on the dream of having this here. Which kind of sucks, because like I said, the model isn't half bad. And I can totally see something like this existing right here. But unfortunately, it's that sign. It's just that damn sign. Killed it for me. Yeah, that works. I like it. Alright, let's move along. So, a lot of what's going to be happening is me getting a Pepsi real quick. So, I'll be right back in about a minute. Give me a minute or so. Okay, now we're back. Although I have a message on Discord. Anyways, so let's see here. I need trees. Let me pull up a map of Kingfield real quick, because I kind of want to just see also what do we got around the area. There's another hotel right here. Apparently there's supposed to be a house like right here. It's supposed to be a hotel as well. So we missed that. Also, there's supposed to be a house right here on the corner. Oh, no, it's right there. Okay, never mind. So yeah, basically all this right through here is just filled with trees. Like, trees. So, I guess we'll just plop some trees down. So let me grab a good selection. Probably this will work well. So I'll go ahead and... not a lot of pines, and that's something that's frustrating me, is we don't have a lot of pines up through here. And that's something that I don't think we're capturing well. And I've kind of had to talk with the guys a little bit like... or I should talk with the guys a little bit like, you know, hey, I know we're going for fall, but like, there's a lot of pines in this state. That's why they call it the pine tree state. And I don't think we're getting that look still. Because, like, this just isn't it. I don't know, I just feel like there's more pines than just this. Give me a second. Plop this down. I don't know. I'll figure it out eventually here, but for the time being, I also really need to get back up this way and go kind of look around. I haven't been up here in a long while. I miss my road trips. That was something I thought about. Like, last year, I didn't go anywhere. Like, I did not go anywhere at all. I stayed at home. I mean, granted, there was nowhere to go, but, like, I didn't do anything. Every year, I always go somewhere. I try to. I mean, COVID. I mean, it's still 2020. I went somewhere. 2021, I went somewhere. Every year, I have gone somewhere. 2023 was the first year in a long time I didn't leave the state. Or, I guess I did leave the state because I did go to Boston for like an afternoon. I had to take someone to the airport, and it wasn't even really the afternoon. It was more or less just getting her there. She bought me breakfast. That was nice. But then I went back home to Maine. I said I was gonna go to North Conway, and then I never did. I was like, "Fuck this! I'm going home." Now that could be many different reasons of why I didn't actually go anywhere last year, but I mean, first and foremost, depression. But I was just like, I never had the time. I never made. It's not that I didn't have the time, I guess. It's I never made the time. You know, I never actually sat down and took the time to actually say, like, hey, I have a long weekend. I should go somewhere. Every time I had a long weekend, I stayed home. And I tell you, it sucks. Because, like, now I'm now to that phase where it's like, all right, I really want to go somewhere, but I don't have any vacation time. And that's another thing. It's like, I'm working my tail off quite regularly. That's something I do quite frequently. Work. But, like, my work schedule hasn't been meshing too well with my therapy schedule, or like the availability for my therapist. So I haven't really been to see my therapist in a while, and finally I'm like, hey, listen, like, I need time. I need time to go do that. You know, I had a little bit of a problem some weeks ago, and I went and got help for that, and burned all my sick, you know, I missed technically 3 days of work. They use sick time and then 1 full day of vacation, and I'm like, really? And then I needed the hour to go to therapy, or a little over an hour, because, you know, making sure I have enough time to get down there, they put a block on me to make sure I could go down, which if I'd known it was going to be as quiet as it was, I would have just said, screw it, but you can never predict these things. But the hour, they use my vacation time, and I'm like, hey, what happens when I want to take a vacation this year? Because, like, that's gonna be a thing. I want to go somewhere. All that vacation time I worked for last year, like, that's quickly flying out the window. Like, I know I asked for her to just go meet with my therapist, but that's to make sure I'm good. And, like, given everything that, you know, has been going on, like, I understand it's not everyone's utmost importance to make sure my mental health is good, but hey, you know, like, I don't think it's not fair, but, like, you know, if you have something medical related that you need to do, like, you know, my health comes first, because if I'm not healthy in any way, physically or mentally, I'm not gonna make much a good employee. But also, like, I just don't think it's fair to dip into my vacation time. I'm sorry. Like, say what you will. I just don't think it's awesome that my vacation time gets used so I can go get these things, you know, taken care of. I rarely, if ever, have ever taken a day to go deal with something medically or, you know, something along those lines during the workday. I always save it for my day off, because, you know, I would just much prefer it to be that way. Plus, also, like, you know, I just don't really want to talk about my shit in the truck. Because that's kind of like the little weird factor, is like, everything I talked about is now on camera. Like, it would, and it'd be a huge invasion of my privacy, but, like, you know, it's just a little weird talking about my personal things in front of the camera like that. You know, and so on and so forth. I don't know, it was very weird. Because, like, I've only assumed they can view that live, I guess. I don't know. But, like, my vacation time is my vacation time. I want to use it for vacation. I don't want to use it for medical stuff. Like, that shouldn't be a controversial statement. In my eyes, that's just kind of common sense. Like, I don't want to use my free time, the time that I've built and accrued, to go deal with, you know, stuff that is important to me, because, like I said, how am I going to continue to work if I'm not performing well? I don't know, it just kind of ticked me off, and, like, you know, I do appreciate that they did give me the ability to do that during the workday, because they could absolutely sit there and say, hey, when you're at work, you know, can you reschedule? To which I probably would have just begrudgingly said, yes, I'll reschedule, and then just suffered and whatever. But no, they did give me the time, so, like, that's nice. It was a pretty damn quiet day, so, like I said, at the end of the day, it really didn't matter, because we didn't do shit. But I don't know, it just, many of the things that bug me about the world is, like, I don't know. Oh, they started going down these streets now. Cool. Um, so it looks like the hill doesn't really start until here. I don't know. Like I said, it is something that bugs me because, like, you know, like I said, I worked for that time. I worked for it. I don't want to use it for my medical stuff. I don't want to use it for on the off chance I'm sick. And you guys tell me it's important that, you know, hey, if you're not feeling well, stay home. You know, blah 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 blah. But it doesn't feel good that, you know, they just dip into my vacation time, because now it's like I said, when I come sit there and go, okay, you know, hey, I'm getting kind of tired, like, I should take a vacation. Oh, yep, no, sorry, you were sick X day, X day, X day, X day, X day, and Y day. Yeah, I know, you can't do that. It's like, ugh, really? I get it, it's just how the world works. But doesn't make it right. You know, like I'll hear from my brother about how, you know, things are expensive and blah blah blah, and it's like, yeah, it sucks. Or, you know, it's like your paychecks, you get it and it's pretty much already gone, and it's like, you know, I know the next paycheck I'm gonna get is gonna be even smaller because February is a short month. So it's like, you know, I want to splurge a little bit, treat myself. It's been a long little bit, but I also need to keep in mind, you know, I got bills coming up. You know, bills don't stop just because I want to splurge. So I probably shouldn't, because, you know, I want to make sure that when it comes time to pay those bills, because February was a shorter month and my first check always sucks because it's smaller, I got to make sure, you know, I have money. Yeah. Just sucks. Alright, so I'll come back to that. I don't want to do that, but what I want to do is this real quick. And then we will just go ahead and delete what we don't need. Trees on this side, so we're gonna take all these trees basically here and kind of pile them between the church and this house. I'm just basically kind of looking at the overhead view and just kind of guesstimating, like, you know, okay, what's the density in this area, because I want it to look believable, you know. there's going to be some obviously some inaccuracies, because they're just going to be. But like I said, I want it to look half decent, so a lot of it, there isn't really any trees right here, but I might put one in. I have to figure out like this weird cliff face that's kind of existing here, and what we're going to do with that. Oh, it's already looking much better. I mean, long ways to go, but it doesn't look so barren. I don't know if I like this tree here blocking the steeple. I kind of like being able to see it, so I'm going to move that out of the way. Put this here, because I want the sight line coming down the tracks to be able to go, oh, cute little New England town. Wherever it went. There it is. I want, kind of, through the trees, I want you to be able to see that steeple. That's something I love about this area, is just driving along, go down the road, then kind of peeking up over the trees, you see a steeple. It's like, oh, town. I don't know. Kind of always my thinking. Just like, oh, hey, look, there's a town. How can you tell? Steeple. Lucky guess. But a lot of like this riverbank here is still covered up, so like from the dam on down, like you can't see this. Pretty sure anyways. Let me just relook at this one more time just to make sure, because I have that ability. See, kind of from the dam on back. I know you guys can't see this because I'm on Google on my desktop. You do get kind of a good a sight line, and then the steeple's very prominently on display, so we'll keep that steeple nice and open. But from here down, we need to fill this up with trees, so let's get that covered. I guess we'll just kind of, and then just delete whatever we don't need. Making sure we don't delete the buildings in the process. Thin right here, so we're going to move this tree back, move you down. This road is not doing the do correctly. Kind of this neighborhood back here, these two streets, if I can get back to my screen. So right here, and that would be, if I could also exit out of here. That is High Street and School Street, so pretty much just a line of trees back between the properties of High Street and School Street. And then kind of just trees in or around. A lot of the properties are a little more open than I would assume, but basically just a line of trees back here, and then this right here is a small group pretty much piled up once you get past Sumner Street. So let's make this kind of such. I want to be careful with the textures right now. So should be enough trees for the moment. I'm going to go ahead and kind of move them around as need be. I want to be as faithful as I can. Kingfield's been kind of my passion project on Phase 1 ever since the team has been established. Because I keep saying, oh yeah, I need to finish Kingfield. Oh yeah, I need to finish Kingfield. Oh yeah, I need to go work on Kingfield. Well, it's gotten itself to a good point, and like I said, I cannot express to you guys how awesome it is to see the work that the other guys have done, you know, on the content side, on the route building side, you know, on just the everything side, really. Like, it's amazing to go back and look at old photos of the Carrabassett, or even just see an old video of the Carrabassett, and see an area that we used to operate through, which was like minimally detailed, or like I thought was like, you know, I worked on for like an hour, or like, you know, a whole day, and it's like, you know, a couple of things plopped down basically. And then you look at it now and you go, wow, I actually thought that was nice. You know, so I don't know, it's just, it's crazy to me to see where we've started and where we're ending up. And just, again, how much progress has been made on this route in just the last year or two. And we're getting there. It's slow going for sure. Just because of sheer size. But I don't know. I might get a little sappy here. I am very incredibly proud of this team, as much as we have fought, and I have been a stubborn asshole. Because lo and behold, a lot of you are going to find this shocking, I'm a stubborn asshole. You know, as much as I've been very stubborn with progress on this route, the guys have done such a good job. And all kind of started with Sean and his helping bring the vision of the railroad to life, giving it an identity way back in 2017. And that's the crazier thing. The Carrabassett made its way onto the forums in 2017. I first started working on this route in itself, you know, in its earliest versions. It wasn't called the Carrabassett, but, you know, in its earliest forms, I was working on the Carrabassett as early as 2016. It has been 8 years, essentially, you know, if you add all the time together of me working on this damn thing. But it's been about 8 years. Did I leave a house? I might have. Let me go back real quick. Kinda just want to check this out real quick. Nope, there just was never a house there. There's supposed to be a house right here somewhere. Might have just forgot to place it all together. Alright, I'm not going to get too picky about tree placements, just kind of looking at these houses. They sparsely have trees placed around them. There's a nice big tree over here, though, and I kind of want to pluck one of these and plop it. It's actually more on the corner, but that thing doesn't sit too high, so I'm going to grab that red tree. That red tree sits kind of high up. So I'm going to kind of put that right here. Yeah, that works. But Sean gave the railroad its identity. He took what I was telling him, and he gave the railroad its how it looks. He painted the first locomotives, and gave this railroad a life, basically. A brand, more or less. And ever since then, it's continued to take on a life of its own, morphing with the ever-changing design in the group here that works on it, and the trains that wear its colors. It's been interesting. It's been interesting to see the journey, and like I said, I hate to get all sentimental and sappy, but it has been super awesome to have the guys work on this project with me, because I could never do this alone. Given my work ethic and how burnt out I am on everything, and just dragging with just everything I'm doing, I couldn't have done this on my own. I still can't. And a lot of this progress, this isn't me. This is not me. I could have not done this in a long, long time. Alright, maybe some textures back through here, now that we kind of got these in. So I'm just going to go ahead and plop to that. It's amazing what a little texture work will do. Well, admittedly, it is weird not to see just the DEM baseboards. It does kind of give the area a little more life, though. I know we grabbed more of a... give it more of that green look, just because these yards are going to be a little more manicured, but just like I said, imagine, in lawns do have dead spots, but I imagine, especially looking at looking at my lawn, I don't even want to talk about my lawn. My lawn is a horrible we're done talking about my lawn. I opened my mouth and I went, actually, you know what? On second thought, no. So again, I really have to figure out what exactly is going on with this kind of cliffside area back here, because I don't really know what is going on, or how am I gonna make this. I might have to talk to, I don't know, I might have to experiment either with, I don't think textures are gonna work here, so I might have to look and see what Ethan did with like some of the cliffs over up in the hills, not too far from here. Just because again, I don't know what the hell I'm doing, so. Because that's somewhere I haven't had a lot of work in is rock faces, and I think looking at this area behind the church, I don't really think it's a rock face per se, but actually it's really not. It's just covered by growth and trees. So I don't really know if the transition's that big either, but there it is, being that big. So yeah, I mean, it's mostly just small bushes, excuse me, and trees. So I guess we'll cover the best we can with what we got. This right here on the corner of Salem Road. Alright, so I think that small building is the Kingfield Historical Society. I think. A small dirt driveway, which I'm trying to think. I don't think I plopped any dirt driveway. No, that's not it. I mean, that is something. It's not exactly what I'm looking at. Actually, yeah, now we can use that. Okay, never mind. I'm lying to myself actively as I'm sitting here on screen. Ah, gorgeous. that's a good tree to have in our front yard. Work perfectly right there. Alright, how long have we been going for? Let me see here. About 2.5 hours. So that's... I don't know. We're getting somewhere. I don't know where it is we're getting, but we're getting somewhere. Feel like I should work a little closer to here first, since this is right up along the tracks. This is, where are you? This is Route 142. Put a pine over here. Put a nice barrier between the rails and the power lines. Yeah, that's nice. Ethan did a great job there. He made this area perfect. See, where does this power line go from here? just connects back into the grid, it looks like. Let me see. Yep, just connects back into the grid. However it so chooses to do so. Closer to the road. All right, back to here. Take a look at that real quick, just want to make sure. So yeah, basically that's all kind of woods up until we get to really about here. So you gotta take this and just kind of wood it out. Actually houses along here that I need to add in, but basically from here to here is just woods. So we could actually come along here. Just kind of go plop. There. And then I'll do is just kind of suck this all in. That's a song I haven't heard in forever. My brother's listening to The One Bites the Dust. That is something I have not heard in forever. Trees are close to the right of way. Open that up just a little bit. Don't want to encroach too much. Of course, I need to add some undergrowth through here to kind of blot out the ability to see through. One good thing about our forest, our woods are thick. And essentially, this is woods, so. create some visual interest right here. That tree. Die. Die, potato. Oh, wait. Never mind. Die, Jaden. Was it 200 feet back from the crossing? Should be an advance warning sign. Was it 500? me see here. Da, 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 da. So according to this chart, it does not tell me. I used to add this all down. I think it was hold on, I'm looking for it. Should really save these. I think it's about 200 feet back. Especially on such a slow road, so... Let me see what I did over here. Yeah, that's looking about 200 feet, so... Yeah, a little over 200 feet, so good. I'm gonna do that. Gonna move this all back a little bit from the roadway. Oh, damn it. Shit. I forgot that was a, I didn't actually know. Okay. Okay. I forgot I did this all custom. Didn't realize I had done that all custom. Alright, well I better be happy with its placement. That's all I'm gonna say. Alrighty, well, starting to drag a little bit, and it is getting kind of late. I do need to start thinking about getting ready for bed here, get a couple things done. So Wednesday night, I will have some time to go ahead and work a little more. I'm off Friday. I'm probably not going to stream then, but I think Friday will be my last day to work on this before I got to ship it back over to the guys. So, but I do appreciate y'all for watching. I know, like I said, it's been some time between the last one and this one. these streams are, you know, this channel's kind of been taken over by the NASCAR content, and that's more than fine by me. Of course, if I could just get my damn Bristol race done, but anyhow. You know, we're still going on. We're still going strong. Of course, if I just pay attention to what route I'm working on, I wouldn't lose my work. Because I did get this area here kind of done, but filled in enough to be like, okay, there's stuff. You know, and I was plucking away at that and whatnot. But, hey, I think the redo is just fine. I'm going to have to go through and just place more trees and get these areas kind of wrapped up. Because what I'd like to do is fill in the areas with at least a texture to be like, okay, here's a texture, let's build upon it. Because now we have the basis for the town kind of really done. So realistically, just kind of coming through here with a texture of sorts, and then kind of adding to that base as we move along. But anyways, but like I said, I do appreciate you all for watching. If you do enjoy this and you want to see more, feel free to leave a like or a comment. You know, I don't know how much longer it's going to take for this, but we're getting there. So, but I will catch up with you all in the next one. Take it easy.